Hi guys, we're back, and
Hi.
this is basically like part 2 of our story. What we're going to talk about today is when we met. So in the past, like the previous video, we talked about like our jobs and what we did, and if you followed, you both heard that we both worked at Dairy Queen, and that's where we met. So that's what we're going to talk about. Do you want to tell yours first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So when I worked at Dairy Queen, I worked there for a total of 6 years.
I'm just kidding, I should go first.
Oh, right.
It makes more sense for me to go first.
Alright, go ahead, go.
I've been there for forever. This is when I first came. I graduated from high school early and I was like way ahead of everybody because I'm super smart. And just kidding. Okay, so I graduated. Shut up. I graduated high school early and then it was time for me to get a job. So my cousin still is the manager at Dairy Queen, and she like hires the people. So I went and I filled out an application, turned it in, and of course she hired me. She's my cousin, duh.
Ooh.
So I went in there for my first day of work. She was walking me around, and I just saw everything. My story is boring because nothing happened in my story.
Everything happened in mine.
In her story.
Like.
Wait, I'm not done.
Oh.
So she walked me around everywhere, gave me a shirt, and trained me a little. How was that? That was my first day.
Good stuff.
That's all that happened for me.
Well, are you done?
Yeah, that's
okay.
it.
Well, I'm
Boring.
yours is not boring. Well, on my half, I was there for 6 years, and I think when Debbie came, I was only there for like 4 years. It was like 4 years. So when she came in, I was on my lunch. So I was sitting in the grill and I was sitting down eating, and in the grill there's like this like little pass through so you could like see people. You can see like from basically like their stomach down to the butt. This is all you can see. And so I was sitting there, I was eating, and this is gonna sound really bad, but the first thing I saw on her was her butt. I was like, who is that? Like, who's the new girl? So, you know, I scarfed down my food or whatever. So I went around, and then, cause Crystal, can I say her name?
I don't think she would mind.
Because her cousin was showing her around and showing her everything. So when I got up, by the time I got up and I went to go look around, she was standing by the candles, and she had really long brown hair, and I was like, oh my god, she is so pretty. I'm like, Berto! He's a little Mexican in the grill. I was like, Berto, she's so pretty! And he's like, ooh. I'm like, so that's when I first saw her. So the first thing I guess liked about her, what I have to say, was her butt, because that's what got me up out my chair from eating, and eating is very important to me, to go and see who the new girl was. So after that, then she was working there for a while or whatever, and my sister worked there as well, and
She hated me.
my sister did not like Debbie. Now she's grown on her.
Me.
She's grown on her. So I'm like, I have to get her number. Like, I have to do something to get her number. Well, my cat had just had kittens. So I was like, you know, you guys, I'm selling cats, you know, if anybody wants any. And she's like, ding.
I'm the cat lady, so.
She's like, I want the cat. I go, well, give me your number, and I can text you and call you, and we can set up a time like where you can come over and pick out a cat.
So before I actually got the cat, I went over there one day to see the cats, and I ended up staying a lot longer than just to see the cats. And it's so funny because when we first started hanging out, like, we wouldn't sit next to each other. Like, she was on the chair, I'd sit on the bed. Or like we wouldn't sit on the bed together. Like, we just wouldn't be next to each other.
To fast forward just a little bit, there was one time where she wanted to go over to her friend's house, and she would be drinking. So obviously she didn't want to drive while she was drinking. So she's like, hey, can you drop me off and pick me up? I'll give you a call or a text whenever, you know, I need you. I was like, okay, no problem. So I went back home, you know, doing my own thing or whatever. She called or texted me, I don't remember which one it was, you know, hey, I'm ready to go. I'm like,
no, not at all. I was there and I had been drinking and I got a little tipsy. Okay, I'm gonna go with the word tipsy. But we were texting, and like I'm texting, and I'm like, at this point we had admitted to each other that we like each other, and I'm like,
Debbie just wanted to be cuddle buddies.
To begin with, I did. When we started texting, I'm like, I don't want a relationship. I just want like a cuddle buddy that I can kiss and hug.
And I said, that's fine.
No commitment.
I cuddle you up, girl.
And then that's why what makes this story so funny is that we were texting. I was tipsy. And I was like, I really want to be with you. No, I didn't. I was at Katie's house when I did this because Bible on my grandma's grave. I was at Katie's house because I was texting you, and then I was like, hey guys, she's my girlfriend now. You don't remember shit.
No, I remember stuff. I just don't remember the order they go in.
I remember the order. So I was at my friend's house. And I'm texting her, and I'm like, we need to get our shit straight before we record. I'm like, I want to be with you. I'm like, I want you to be my girlfriend. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, really? Like, that was that
I said
easy?
yeah, because I figured she was drunk. She'd forget about it tomorrow. Whatever.
So now we gotta continue the story. Here comes Trixie.
So, I was driving to go get her. She called me or texted me or whichever. And as I pull up into the driveway, I run out of gas.
Now this girl's notorious for not putting gas in the car.
Well, I had money on me. I'm like, okay, I'll go get gas after I drop Debbie off or whatever. I thought I was gonna make it. I didn't make it. And I was like, this is fantastic. This is great. I just died in front of her friend's house. So here comes these two tipsy girls come out the house. Hey, I'm ready to go. I'm like, well, I don't have gas. I'm calling my sister. Her friend's like, no problem. Get gas, take it to the garage. Fill up your truck, you know what I'm saying? I'm outside, remind you. They're over there tripping and stuff, fumbling over stuff in the garage, things falling down. And so finally they find the gas can, they put the gas in the truck, and then I tried to pay her for the gas. She's like, no problem, ain't my gas, it's my parents' gas anyway, ain't gonna pay me. I'm like, great. So I was like, alright, Debbie, let's go. So she gets in the car, I'm driving her to her house, and she's just like glazed and just, oh, you be happy. Drive at home.
She dropped me off at home. We sat in the car for a while.
Waiting for it.
And then she didn't make a move on me. I was really upset.
Well, so I dropped her off at home, and I just figured tomorrow, since she was tipsy, you know, that she'd forget about everything that happened. No, she didn't forget about anything. She's like, wait till you know.
I meant it. When I said I want you to be my girlfriend, I meant it.
So then I was like, oh crap. Because before her, I haven't been in a relationship for like 6-7 years, so I was like, I'm so
don't know how to do this at all.
Right, I'm like set in my ways. I know I want to be I'm independent. I can take care of myself. I do things a certain way, and like then she just stumbled along into my life and completely just flipped it upside down. And it kind of just blossomed into more than just cuddle buddies. Like, she would come over all the time and we would hang out in my room and we would watch TV, we would talk and talk and talk, and our relationship, I would say, is a slow progression relationship, because we didn't kiss after we were dating until like a week later.
Yeah, it was like a week after we started dating.
Yeah, that we first kissed.
And we were friends for like a couple months.
Yeah.
Before we even started dating.
Yeah. And
so we took our time.
We took our sweet time. like, I say that we did it right. We did it right. So that's our story of how we met and hooked up and stuff at the DQ. You know at the DQ. You know at the DQ. You know at the DQ. You know. That's our story about how we met. We hope you guys like it. We guys hope that you stay tuned for the next part of our series. My head looks really big because I'm sitting forward. I should probably leave it. You can't put us in front of the camera and expect us to act normal.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so we'll talk to you guys later.
Peace!